I thought I'd post a really quick video here. I finally got my FLD car done. And getting ready to wash it and get it ready for paint. Now the only big mistake I made was not making the doors tall enough. The doors should have came down to at least about 3 scale inches down onto the side sill. And this is one of those projects I didn't research enough, and when I did visit Brazil, I did not get any measurements of this car. I actually didn't know how far I was going to go into modeling this railway, and now I have over 90 sheets of decals and I'm building like crazy. But this is my first one of this car. I got a second one started. I got 3 sheets of this. I think it's enough to do at least 12 cars if I remember correctly. I'm getting can't wait. I'm gonna start a fire in the garage tomorrow on a wood burning stove after I do all my little errands, and I'm gonna spray it Badger Model Flex primer. It looks to be the closest color match. And this is all evergreen styrene, cut and sanded down by me. All little supports on the door railing there, all done by me. Car's been chopped down. Oh, you know, I'm looking at this. Forgot to put stirrups on. Well, back to the drawing board. So, one of my probably favorite YouTubers, Joseph Cox, and any of you out there that are interested in models, I suggest you check his page out. By far one of the best 1/25th scale truck modelers I've ever seen. Besides Tim Allhorn, this guy's great. But he led me on to a decal company, and I was going through a box the other day, and I found myself an Ertl 4070A. Now these trucks were done sometime in the late 70s, early 80s. My parents used to pick them up at Kmart. I want to say $4.99. Eventually they went up to like $7.99. They're a little thick on detail. There's a lot of companies that make mirrors and other doodads now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start rebuilding these and repainting them, make them a little more realistic. Here's a 4030 and IHC. Joseph Cox can let me know if I'm wrong, but I do believe that this one is a 4030. So when I do these, I'm gonna go in and paint the motors the correct color, put mirrors on them, and paint them up for legit trucking companies and not the Ertl Construction Company or Ertl Gas Company or whatever they put on the doors. This one's Ertl Oil Company. This one goes with the Texaco tanker. And one of my most favorites is the Model R Mac. And I don't know if I really want to repaint this one. I've been through 3 of these. My dad worked for the railway. He owned 2 of these Macs in real life. That's how my house was built. My house was built by my dad. And my dad stood by these trucks in real life. And I think I've been through 3 of these, and I think I had a Mac with the sleeper on it with the flatbed. I had a few others, and when my parents bought them, when he bought the ones that he bought, I wasn't supposed to take them outside. And I took a couple outside and they got destroyed. But I remember my sisters playing with me, making a convoy. And the deal was one day we played trucks, and the next day, I shouldn't say this, but we had to play Barbie. But that's what happens when you got sisters. So, I don't know if I'm actually can put myself together and repaint this one. I might, but the one I'm looking forward to doing right here is this one. When I was in grade school, there was a girl that lived down the street. Her dad drove one of these. It was a red one, same cab. It was a sleeper. And sometimes my mom or my dad would pick us up from school, or her dad would pick us up. And one day he had the International 4070, and we got picked up from grade school in the 4070. I kind of want to do this one first. The grill work is getting a little weak on it. You know, it's past its test of time. I'd like to change the wheels out, put better looking wheels on it. But other than that, I guess this is how I'm going to get started in model trucking on 1/64 scale. It's kind of hard to see, but these decals, no, I wouldn't say they're decals, they're stickers. This one's starting to fall off. You can see that sticker is getting kind of weak. I don't know, I might repaint this guy, I'm not sure yet. But Joseph Cox led me onto this decal company, and I'm looking through the pages, and I gotta have at least 60 of these 1/64 scale trucks, and my mouth was drooling when I seen the decals of the trucking companies that are forever gone. And the one that I might actually do this one as is 7-Up. I might repaint it as red, but I might do a 7-Up truck out of this one. I got some extra reefer trailers, and for some reason it's stuck in my head. I can remember seeing a few of them at Dominic's back in the late 70s, early 80s when I was a kid. I remember seeing these Internationals painted up for 7-Up in the trailer. And I don't know how many of these 4070As I got, but kind of thinking after I checked that decal list, I came across 7-Up, and I'm really thinking about doing it. Hell, the 4030, I think it's the 4030. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. I may make a day cab out of it. I might make a dump truck out of it. I don't know yet. A lot of possibilities in this diecast 1/64 now, and some of the things I've seen some of these guys do. Some of these guys with the farm vehicles. They got Max with the grain trailers. I think I got some Model R Max with grain trailers. But the things I've seen these guys do, and they build these layouts just like model railroads. It's just unreal. And I think it's time that I start giving some of my childhood toys some restorations and make them into real looking models. Paint the interiors, because I think this one is all silver. Yeah, the steering wheels are kind of weak. They're all molded in. I think there's a company actually sells 3D printed replacement interiors, so I might do that. But I want one Mac my dad owned. For some reason, I remember this Bulldog's way oversized. That needs to be fixed. But I remember one Mac my dad had a gold Bulldog. And I think if I find a couple more of these in the box, I think I want to do both of the trucks. Take the rear boogies and make 27-foot dump trailers out of them. But I don't know. We'll see. But Joseph Cox got me thinking. And like I said, you guys want to see some awesome truck modeling, I suggest you check his page out. He is by far one of the best truck modelers. But I don't know. I keep thinking I want to get into truck modeling, but this model railroading keeps biting me on my time limit. This truck definitely shows its age. I probably had this truck probably since 1982 probably. A lot of these trucks I've had since the early 80s. I think I got some B model Macs too. One of the unique trucks when my dad built this house, he borrowed a 2-axle Brockway The Matt cab. He had a 40-foot flatbed. He was hauling the framework for the house. He borrowed that Brockway from, when I say Vern Barnes, Active Septic, out of Carroll Stream. I got a picture of that somewhere. I'd like to model that truck in 1/25th scale, actually, using the resin cab. But, well, I'm going to check out. It's getting kind of late, and now that I found I need to put stirrups in, I'm going to see if I can get that done, and maybe I'm going to have to hold out paintwork till Friday. But, catch you guys later. Hope everybody's having a good New Year. Bye.